Good day, viewers. In our last class, we began looking at the UNIBEN past question 2005. Today, we're going to quickly pick it up from where we stopped. We stopped at question 61 in our previous videos we did. We're going to start from question 62 today. Quickly, if you have your past question, you can pick it up so you can follow us up as we take the question. The first question here, question 62, said the main handicap of a sole proprietor is dash. Now, from the option, the correct answer is inadequate capital. However, take note that if we have something like lack of continuity in the option, it would have been a better, it would have been more correct compared to lack of capital. The next question is, which of the following does not carry a fixed rate of dividend? Now, the two shares we're contemplating here is between ordinary shares and a preference share. Now, generally, all preference shares have a fixed rate of dividends. Cumulative preference share, particular preference share, they all have a fixed rate of dividends. So the correct option there is ordinary share, whose dividend is not fixed because they are the real owners of the company, what we call the equity owners. 64. One of the objectives of the Nigeria current population policy is to dash. Now, the objective presently, as at this time, 2005, is to reduce birth rate. Now, you need to take note that questions like this varies in answers because this is 2020. This question is 2005. The objective then and now may not be the same. As at then, the objective was to reduce birth rate. So the correct option is option C. Is that which of these are 65? What is the statistical measure of the birth rate of a country's population? Now, take note, birth rate, BRO, is equal to number of deaths. Number of deaths over total population times 1,000 over 1. So if you check your option, the correct option there is option B. Option B is the correct option. 66. An important characteristic of money which makes it possible for a person to provide for old age is that the correct answer is store of value. Store of value means you're keeping your wealth, your money in terms of your wealth in terms of money. So you don't have to use the money now in order to be able to provide for the future. So the correct answer is option A. 67. Which of the following is not an instrument of monetary control by the central bank? Now remember that monetary policies are policies used by the central bank to regulate the activities of the commercial banks in order to ensure that things like inflations are in check. Now, the correct option there is option A, expansionist policy. Option B, open market operation, moral suasion, bank rate are all instruments of monetary policy. 68. Farmers' income before if they produce more cash crop for export, because the correct option there is foreign demand is elastic. Now this is because elastic, when goods are elastic, their price are inversely related to total revenue. In other words, as their price rises, total revenue will fall, and as their price falls, total revenue will increase. So the correct option there is the fact that foreign demand is elastic. 69. Under the Nigeria Structural Adjustment Program, the market for agricultural commodities in Nigeria has been placed under what? The correct option there is option A, marketing bond. Now remember, SAP was introduced by IBB, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, and that's in the late 1989, please, 1989. The essence of SAP was to enable the Naira regain its value, but as a result of wrong implementation, this policy failed, and it even worsened our economic situation as a then. 70. A tax that takes an increasing fraction of income as income goes down is known as dash. Now, if you look at this data, you know that the relationship there is inverse. Increasing income, decreasing income, and increasing tax rate. It means that the tax rate is inversely proportional to the level of income, and that's what we call regressive tax. Regressive tax. When the tax rate is positively related or directly related with the level of income, it is called progressive tax, and that's what we practice in Nigeria, what we call a tax rate that is based on pay as you earn. Deficit finance means dash. Now, deficit financing is actually used when a country is experiencing deficit budget, and it simply means trying to solve a deficit budget without necessarily using tax as the instrument. And the major source of solving this problem is to borrow. So the correct answer here is D, borrowing to finance the budget. What do you understand by the terms of trade? Now, terms of trade actually shows us the rate at which the export of the country is exchanged for our import. So the correct option we have here is option C, the rate at which export exchange for import. 73. Economic growth specifically referred to dash. Now, when we talk about economic growth, it means a sustainable sustainable increase in the national sustainable increase in the national output or national income. When the income of the country is increasing or the output is increasing due to increase in raw material or improved technology, we refer to it as what? Economic growth. So if you check your option, the correct answer there is C, sustained increase in the output of goods and services. 74. If C stands for total expenditure and consumption and Y stands for total income, the average propensity to consume is dash. Now, APC, average propensity to consume, is consumption divided by income. It actually shows the ratio of consumption to income. So the correct answer there is what? A. Now, the last question for today. Under the ECOWAS agreement, in Nigeria can enter and stay in Ivory Coast without a visa for how many days? Wow, that's a good question. The answer is 90 days without a visa. So the correct option there is option C. I'm going to stop here for today. In our next class, we'll begin with the 2006 POST-UTME past question UNIBEN, and we're going to see that also. So I want to appreciate the time you've spent to watch this video. Keep watching this video, and more good, more of this will come your way. Thank you.
Cool.
Now remember to also click the subscribe button so you can get notification whenever I put a new video on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.